So now that your Calendly account is connected to Google and Google is connected to Clio, then both Clio and Calendly are synced with Google so that when an appointment is scheduled in Calendly, it's that appointment to Google and Google syncs that appointment to Clio. And they all stay all synced together. However, there are occasions where we do want to change our Google password. And when we do that, it will cause the two syncs to disconnect and no longer work properly. So when we change that Google password, we want to be able to update the Calendly and Clio syncs as soon after as possible so that we don't lose that functionality for any extended amount of time. So let's jump over to the screen here and I'll show you exactly how to do that. When I log into my Calendly account, I'm going to want to come over to the little picture in the upper right corner of me. And when you click on that, it'll give you a menu that has Calendar Sync on it. So I'm going to click on Calendar Sync. And if you do it fast enough, it won't even recognize that anything has changed. And you'll see here, I did change my Google password just a few minutes ago, and it has not yet noticed. That's okay. Sometimes it might give you some type of notification saying that the sync is no longer active or no longer working. But if you're fast enough, you won't even see any indication of that. But what you're going to want to do is to go ahead and disconnect your Google account. And then you're going to want to reconnect it, right? So it said I successfully disconnected it. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose Google again for the Google Calendar. I'm going to click connect, and then I'm going to go ahead and log in again to that account. And I'm already logged into it in my browser, so it should already see that password and allow. I'll click allow here to be able to allow Calendly to access that Google account information. And here we go. Now it is updated and it's connected and we are in good shape. So now that this has been reconnected, I want to show you how to check on the rest of your team. If I come back to out of my account settings here where I got that calendar sync up here, I clicked on the calendar sync and it brought me to this menu of account settings. I want to go back to home and find my admin center here in the lower left corner. And when I do that, then it's going to allow me to see the different users that I have. And so I want to click on that. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm looking for this green yes on the calendar. And as you'll see, I have a team member here with a no. What that means is that they are not currently connected to a calendar. For example, if we check on Beth, it says yes, and it tells me as I hover over it which calendar she has connected. Cassie's does the same thing. It tells me which calendar is connected. If I come all the way down here to Maggie, I see that Maggie has not yet connected a calendar. So we need to go ahead and notify Maggie because unfortunately, from my admin account, I cannot set up that sync for her. So we will need to either log in as Maggie or have Maggie go over there and log in as herself and follow those same steps that I followed in order to find my calendar sync. She'll click on the same buttons. She'll come in here and add her calendar account to Calendly to make sure that's all updated. Now, once we've reconnected that sync, don't forget that we're also going to want to do the same thing on Clio. And so if you'll come over to your Clio screen, when you're logged into Clio, you'll want to come down to Settings and click on Settings. And then in the middle here, you'll see Contact and Calendar Sync. Now, some of your users may not have all of these menu options if they're not administrators, but they will have the Contact and Calendar Sync. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And here's where it asks, or rather it indicates to us what we're synced to. And so again, if you do it quick enough, Clio may not recognize that sync has been broken yet, but we do want to go ahead and come in here. It may, by the way, give you a message saying the sync hasn't synced for a couple of hours or a couple minutes or whatever. But if you do it quick enough, it won't have noticed yet. So we're going to go ahead and, again, click on configure. Even though we've already configured in the past, we want to reconfigure it with the new password. And again, I'm already signed in on this browser to my Google account. So it's already knows which one, it's already got the password in there. But I need to, again, give it authorization and allow it. So I'm going to click on allow down here. But it would ask me if I wanted to sync that and put in that password. If I'm not already logged into the Google account in my browser, it will ask me for a password, right? I find it easier just to log into the Google account, leave it open there on another tab. That way I don't have to keep entering that password. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that the Google Calendar is synced, and I'm going to click on this checkbox. I'm going to update the Google Access. And then from there on out, it should work just perfectly and your syncs should be back into shape and everything should be functioning the way that we want it to. Now, of course, remember when you do change your Google password, there may be other softwares or other things that you need to go ahead and update as well. But for Clio and Calendly, those are the easy steps that we follow to make sure that calendar does get synced again and does continue operating properly. So thanks so much for joining me. Please do reach out at Streamline Legal if you have any questions or need any other help. Thanks so much.